Honestly, this is not the first time we're seeing this type of hate, disrespect coming from these white folks. This is not the first time we've been catching them live, where they can literally look into our faces, look into our cameras, look into our spaces, and show us all the hate, aggression they have for us. And sometimes I ask myself, what is the gain of all of these things? What have black people literally done? What is the biggest crime that a black person has literally committed that can never be forgiven? That at the end of the day, you always want to be in our business. Anyways. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And I just want you guys to watch this video from beginning to the end and let me know your honest opinion. Because at the end of the day, I keep thinking, I keep asking myself questions, but I'm not literally getting answers. And as a black person, just let me know what you think about this video. We are great. We are rising. We'll continue to rise. Let's watch. I'll be back with commentaries.
You're never truly alone because there's always going to be one watching you. This bitch been sitting here for like a good 20 minutes just watching me like I'm a coming attraction, child. Fuck wrong with. And you know, if I wasn't so confident, I would make me uncomfortable, but she's trying to make me uncomfortable, so I'm going to make her uncomfortable. Let's all make her uncomfortable. Look at her. The whole time I've been sitting here. The whole time. Smile. You on candy camera, crazy ass bitch.
When you're black, you're never really lonely.
Look at her.
Because there will always be a white person all
Leave
up in your
me
business.
alone. Look at now she want to leave because I started recording her. Leave me the fuck alone.
When you're black, you're never really lonely. Because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely. Because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely. Because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
So, you know that saying, there's like a TikTok saying that was like, when you're black, you're never alone because there will always be a white person in your business. Well, this is fact. I can actually say, yes, I've just experienced that. Because in running an errand on my conference break to Academy to pick my step team up some shoes, I was trailed around the store by some Karen. And every time I would go down an aisle to look at another pair of shoes, she's right there. And I was like, okay. At first I was like, whatever, like everybody's shopping. And I'm sitting there trying to make sure I'm getting the right shoe sizes for my students. I'm making sure, like, okay, hold up this one. Let me, if I convert this, if we go from a women wearing a man shoe, yada, yada, like all of this stuff, because I'm trying to get the best thing possible for my students within our price range. And this woman, it looks at me and she's like, are you buying shoes? And I was like, obviously. But I wasn't going to be rude because whatever. I just said, yes, ma'am, I am. And kept it moving, right? She follows me another aisle over. I'm now holding like two shoe boxes. And she's like, how many shoes do you think you need? Is that your business? Like, is that your business? Instead, I just looked at her and I went, well, I hope you're finding the shoes you're looking for too. And I keep going. She follows me up to the register. I now have like all like 7 pairs of shoes, right? I'm like toppling, like, because I'm smart and didn't get a cart. I know. Clock me about that later. So I'm going up to check out, and now she's in line, and she's like, so what are those shoes for exactly? And I said, I don't mean to be rude, but you have followed me up and down this store this entire time. So I'm going to assume that at this point you're going to be paying for this purchase for me. Is that what you're doing? And she just kind of stumbled back. I said, I just want to know because you're in my business. You're in my business. And she goes, well, I just wanted to know what you're buying shoes for. I said, what are you buying here today? What are you getting? And that's when she stopped, and she just kind of stared, and she just went, well, you don't have to be rude. I said, well, you don't have to be I don't know you. You don't have to be in my business. And the girl checking me out is just kind of rolling her eyes at this woman, at this Karen. And Karen goes, well, we should talk to the manager about this. I said, about what? What about? And she goes, well, you're buying all of these shoes. And I was like, and I have the right to do so. I have the right. Well, and just stutter, stutter, stammer, stammer, stutter, stutter, stammer, stammer. And so the girl checking me out goes, oh, I recognize you. And I said, oh? And she goes, yeah. I recognized you because you were in here before getting stuff for your team. And I was like, yes. And she goes, yeah, how are they doing now? So now she's like completely like taking Karen out of the conversation. And she and I are talking as she's checking me out. And I'm now stonewalling Karen because I'm sick of talking to Karen. And like, I don't need my blood pressure up. So the girl checking me out is trying to be like really polite and like, like, oh yeah, well, have your kiddos try them on, and if they don't fit, you can bring them back and we can exchange. And like, we're just trying to be pleasant. And then the Karen goes, well, I'm glad to know she's not stealing anything. I said, ma'am, I really don't want to catch a case today. And I'm really trying to be positive about my day. And I'm really trying to just be chill. I said, but you are tap dancing on my last nerve. Nobody is stealing anything. And you, since you are all in my business, make me want to call security and have them check to make sure you're not stealing anything. And then just to add insult to injury, I grabbed my bag, like my purse, like I grabbed it and held it close to me. And like I kind of scuttled my shoes close to me too and just kind of looked at her like suspicious eyes. And so finally she just like rolled her eyes and like went and got in another line. So yeah, whatever you do, there's always going to be a Karen in your business. Happy Black History Month.
When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. Black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. You're really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. Black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
Yo, so I saw. Anyway, I saw this TikTok, I think, or a post somewhere that said, as a black person, you're never alone because there's always some white person lurking in the background, just getting ready to try and spoil your day. Thought it was very, very funny, but at the same time, like relatable in the sense of I can see it happening. Not that it has ever happened to me, but I could see it happening. Anyway, that was until this week. So, I went to pick up my daughter from school. School normally ends at 3:15, but she was doing an after-school program, so it finished at 4:20. So I decided, it's like 4 o'clock. Let me not go home. Let me just come by the school park and wait on her. So I arrived at the school early for 4 or 5. But instead of staying in the car, I decided let me just go for a walk. So I ended up sitting on one of the chairs along the spine to the entrance, minding my own business, watching Champions League on my phone. Lo and behold, I saw this lady walking to the right of my periphery, but because the school is in like a residential neighborhood, like a lot of people just walk through the school to walk their dog and so forth and so on. And a lot of people too as well like come on the school compound. But how the school is set up, basically it's, you can't really get in. You have to be buzzed into the school, so you can't just come and just go into the school itself in terms of where all the kids are and their offices and so forth. So anyway, I'm there chilling. I hear somebody saying, excuse me, but probably like 15 meters away from me, across the other side of the spine. So at first I was just like, can't be talking to me, nah. So I heard, excuse me. So I looked up and I was like, are you talking to me? She's like, yes. Can I help you? So I'm just like, if you can help me. She's like, yeah, can I help you? So I'm like, no, you can't help me. I continue to watch what I'm watching. She's just like, oh, because, I just find it strange. You're just here sitting down. There's nobody around you. Why are you just sitting here? Are you trying to get into the school? I'm just like, you can't tell me. Why don't you continue on your journey and just leave me alone? And like, probably I should have recorded it, but that didn't even like click to me because I was watching. Like, why is this person just trying to upset my flow? I'm just trying to take it easy out. It wasn't too cold. I'm just trying to get some, fresh air and just being one with nature, looking at the birds flying around, the squirrels on the ground, etc., etc. This lady says, if she can help me, because it's weird that I'm out there. But then also, if somebody's coming to pick up their child, they wouldn't just be here sitting, they'd be getting on. So at this point now, I've become like completely another irate. So I said to her, are you going to pick up a child? Yes, she's going to pick up a child. So I said, I doubt it, because any parent that's going to pick up the child will be minding their own business and focus on going and getting their child. So I said to the lady, I said, let both of us go inside to the principal office so I can verify that you're here to pick up your child. Because the way you're behaving is very suspicious, and it seems as if you're up to something unscrupulous, and because I am here, you feel a little bit threatened or alarmed that you won't be able to carry out whatever illicit activities you had planned to carry out here on the school compound. But I was saying it with such a stern face and so loudly that a couple of the parents that were all the way to the door waiting on their kids kind of looked around. And because they already knew me, they was kind of looking on the lady differently, because we are all in grade 2 parents waiting on our kids for the after school, and apparently she was going to get one of the older kids. So she was just like, no, I'm just here. So I said, what you need to do is mind your business and mind what you eat, because you're flipping fat. You need to go and lose some weight and stop putting your nose in people's business and leave me the hell alone. leave me the hell alone. But bro, is this how it is out there? Like, I didn't know. Like, I see all these things about, like, getting into confrontation with white people or just all of that stuff. And for me, I used to be like, it's crazy. And I'm really happy that things like this don't happen to me. But it was just so funny. Like, one moment you're just there minding your business, and whoops, here comes a Karen to come and spoil the day.
Y'all, he is mesmerized. He has been staring the entire time. Every time I go to do a video, look. He can't help himself, y'all. He just can't help himself. I tell y'all, it's the melanin. The melanin does it every single time. Look, he's still staring.
When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
Yeah, look at me also. Why keep staring? The obsession really.
You're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. You're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
Vinha, vamos? Oh,
When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. You're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business. Black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
What are you wearing? Bag? Wait, bag, pity red.
Do a fit check. Oh, let me come here.
What am I doing?
Whose jeans are you wearing? Tell us what you're wearing. Come here. Come into the frame
They're
set.
Costco.
I love it. Tell us people.
Why are we doing this?
What do you have on? Costco jeans.
Costco jeans,
Shoes.
and a shirt.
Show us the shoes.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Costco shoes.
Top.
I don't know where this came from.
Okay, it's nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Why are we doing?
It's called a fit check.
It's what they do on social media. We're just trying to keep up with the kids.
Yeah.
The cool kids.
Yeah. Okay, fit check. These jeans are from Zara.
I love it. Shoes.
This is a Spanx bodysuit. Don't play with it. Don't play with it.
Don't play with it.
Play with your mama, not me.
Come on.
This is a Levi's.
Give them the French, please.
And these shoes are mango.
Boom. I don't know where my shoes are from, but I love them. They're comfy. This is set leggings. Get into it.
Get into it.
Look at the contemplation.
This is from A. Oh, I know where this is from.
I don't know
This is from,
these people.
This is from ASTR.
You do not.
Ready? Tell us where
Come on, raise your fit check. Okay. Some people don't want to be a part of this. And that's okay.
Okay, we don't force.
To those people we say, adios. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci. That's her.
There I am.
You're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
Figure out how we're still happy. They're trying to figure out how we can afford the things they can afford, how we can afford the restaurants they go to, how we can afford to shop like they shop, how we can afford to vacation in the places they vacation in, because they have dedicated their lives to making ours harder. So when they see us and we're never lonely, they're like, how are you here? We cannot beat this team, because you can't. You've dedicated your life to try to make mine harder. Meanwhile, I'm just living mine, and you're trying to figure out why I'm still happy and I still look younger than you.
If we were to say there's an HWCU and say it's historically white college university, would we be called racist?
Leave us the fuck alone. What the fuck? Leave us alone. Would you be called racist? We wouldn't give a fuck. And matter of fact, that is all the colleges in America prior to HBCUs. Where do you think HBCUs come from? And to help you out, they're called PWIs, predominantly white institutions. What the? Oh my God. It's hilarious when the white Americans do. If white people did it, we don't gotta imagine. Y'all have done it. Y'all have done it all. You can't say anything that's going to surprise us because you've done it all. You've raped, unalived, pillaged, stole everything related to Black America. We don't have to imagine. You've done it. And unlike the white institutions in America, white people are actually able to go to HBCUs and other minority groups. We didn't just make it for ourselves.
Black is such a wild experience because it's like everyone genuinely does want to be you, but they try so hard to act like they don't, but it's so weird that they do. So I'm at work, right? And I have my wig band over my wig because I just have my wig band on, huh? And my coworker's trying to clown me. Mind you, this is a brown guy from the GTA. That's all I'm gonna say. Stay with me. So he's trying to clown me like, oh, why you have that on? And I'm like, because I didn't feel like gluing down my wig. And he was like, oh, because you don't want the line to show. And I'm like, oh, someone's been around Black people. And he goes, can't even get a breath in. This man jumps down my throat. I grew up around more Black people than you did. Okay. I grew up in Rexdale. I grew up around more Black people than you did. Not like I was raised by Black people or anything. Not like, what are we talking about? What are we talking? Like, why are you trying to out Negro me? Huh? I grew up in Rexdale. Okay. But like, okay, like, it's just so crazy. And then I'm like, bro, why do you want to be Black so bad? I don't want to be Black. Who wants to be Black? I'm just saying I grew up around Black people. Congratulations. What the
Listen when I say this. Like, listen with your good ear. Like, I don't know who's Black anymore. I get on TikTok and I'm scrolling and I can see a white woman talking, but in my mind, she's Black. Don't ask me how, but it's just like certain features. I'm like, oh, she Black. And I don't care. I'm not saying she talks like me or whatnot. I'm like, I don't care where she's from. I'm like, oh, she Black. But then I go on a deep dive and I'm like, oh, she's really white. Because many times I have scrolled and there's a Black woman, but she's probably mixed race or maybe not. And she can pass as a white woman, but she's really Black. So now I'm just confused. I'm calling everybody Black at this point. And everybody might just have a little Black in them.
We'll say, we're tired. From what? You're tired of what?
Fun fact, up until 2022, lynching a Black person wasn't considered a hate crime.
I've noticed there's only a certain kind of person that seems to mind your business when you're in the airport. So let me tell you guys what happened. So I'm in the airport traveling for the holiday. It's just me and my baby. I go to the kiosk to print the bag tags for my for our luggage. And when I was printing them, I put them on the suitcase. And then one of the agents for the airline we were flying with was like, oh, do you need help? And I was like, actually, you know what? I do need help because I had the baby. Like, I was wearing the baby. I had her stroller and I had the suitcase. I'd be a fool not to accept her help. So I asked her if she could, roll the bag. And she said, where you headed? And I said, to bag drop. So she was like, look, because you have the baby, I'm going to go ahead and let you skip the line. We're going to go directly to the counter. So we go to the counter and I'm feeling real VIP, okay? So I get to the counter and then I hear, excuse me. And before y'all ask, the answer is yes. The answer will always be yes when I tell you stories like this. So I turn behind me and I see this man and he says, there's a line here. And I said, okay. And I skipped it. He was like, well, that's not fair. And I said, well, take it up with the employee because she's the one who brought me up here, right? So he proceeds to yell at me. So I yell back and I tell him to mind his business and shut up, okay? It's not my fault that you're ghetto and you in the line and I'm up here before you. Then he says, well, that's not very nice. Why are you yelling at me? Now, the last time I checked, he started yelling at me first. So I said, sir, shut up. Mind your business. Focus on yourself. Now, whole time, the next agent is open. So people were like, sir, go. The next agent is open. Nobody else that was in line was worried about me and my baby skipping the line and going first. So he was like, well, Merry Christmas to you too. So because I'm a jerk, I said it's actually Thanksgiving, get your holiday straight. And that was it. But the thing that be tripping me out about these kinds of people is that the moment that you match their energy, they are always the victim. Always. It never seems to fail. You yelled at me. I called you out on yelling at me. You minded my business. I told you to shut up and mind your business. And now you're saying that's not very nice. Sir, you weren't being very nice by being in my business. Child. Anyway, I'm wondering if I need to make this a series because the number of things that happen to me in the airport when I'm dealing with these kinds of people, it's just mind-boggling. Also, no babies were in any kind of pain during the making of this video. She's just dramatic.
Anyways, welcome back, guys, and you guys have seen all of that, right? And that is why I keep saying that. What have black people literally done? Like every single time these people want to be in black people's business, these people want to make sure that every single thing that belongs to people like us is being ripped off, it's been taken away. Like, let it make sense to me that black people are in their church premises. That's the one that is freaking me out. They're in their church premises, and a particular person have to spy through the fence. Like, look at the way the white man was putting his neck through the fence because he want to see every activities going on there with his black glasses on, and he's just peeping and seeing everything. That peeping, they don't look so suspicious, honestly. It looks so suspicious to me because I can't just see myself going through another man's fence and peeping if I don't have any bad intention. And that's why I keep always telling my black folks that anywhere you are, please be careful, please be safe, because it's getting scary every day. I can just tell you for the whole fact that it's getting scary every single day. And I won't be talking about the one that these ladies are just filming their video, but you're gonna see these white folks just coming to intrude as if they never saw a camera standing there. As if they never saw a camera standing there. As if they never saw anything happening there. I just keep asking myself, what is the gain of all of these things? Why do I need to stress myself that hard so that I can be able to fit into someone's shoe? But one thing I finally realized about these people is every single place they go, they just want to be recognized. And the bad part about it is not recognized in a good way, but recognized in a bad way. That's just the bad and the saddest thing about it. If not, let it make sense to me that I can literally not mind my business. What is my own? I love to keep my peace. If someone is filming, must you stretch your neck? Must you react somehow? Must you look at the person like a well-do that you are? Like, what was all this? It's quite annoying in public spaces. Even when we order food, it look like, why are they eating so much? Are they supposed to be eating this much? Oh my god, who even gave them that money to eat? Is it the one that we're walking on the streets? Do you belong here? Why are you here? Is this your environment? Do you live here? No, you're not supposed to be here. Go back to where you belong. For people that belt Americans with their suffering, their sweat, and every single thing. And most of these things will not literally be relatable to a lot of people until they finally have to experience it one on one. Then you will not understand what Americans are really going through in the hands of these white folks. Sometimes I feel like I can just gather all of them, every single one of them, and educate them. But the thing is, even if you try your possible best to educate them, there are some that has the spirit of, I don't even know the spirit of what I'll classify it as. That no matter what you say, like, it's just gonna enter here and it's gonna leave this place. I don't know. It's quite annoying. It's quite embarrassing. Honestly. Anyways, you guys, let me know what you think about this video. Credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do it, subscribe, like this video, drop me a comment, and lastly, do not forget to share for every other person to get this good news. And yes, guys, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying, man, I'll see you guys in my next one. Do not forget to subscribe. Come back, you're gonna get every juicy videos. Okay, and I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you supporting, commenting, liking, doing every single thing to make sure that this little girl succeed. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. I love you guys.